So, speaking from a very personal point of view, I've never had any problems with gender, alright? Like, I identify as a female, as a straight female, and like, so apart from the minute forms of discrimination I go through on an everyday basis, there's not really much about gender that concerns me. That being said, just because it's not something that personally affects me does not mean that it's something I don't care about, right? So, like, ever since school, I was always that outspoken, radical feminist who, everyone hated because she wouldn't let them call other people gay or, call other people chakka or anything like that. So, like, I don't think there's any one particular reason why I care. I think it's just that I believe in human rights fundamentally, right? So, like, equality for all is something that's very personal to me, even though there is, technically speaking, no personal involvement. Which is why when I heard about Pratiti, I thought it's a brilliant idea and it's something that would help me. So, like, after I left school, okay, there was a very strong disconnect because I got involved in college and all these things, and like gender-based issues just took kind of like a, they went into the back for me. So when I heard of Pratiti and how I came across it was very interesting because I was on vacation and one of my friends just sent me the link because she'd found it and she was like, this is something you would totally love. And after going through it, I realized that it's something that would probably benefit me because it could help me meet people with similar minds and like even different minds, like get to know more points of views, which essentially is what I think it's all about. So that's what I had in mind, and what I was expecting when I came in was, okay, so you have fellowship, right, and you go all academics, right? So like I was expecting there would be some sort of, I don't know, like we would be having course modules and doing learning and doing stuff like that. And what happened ultimately was extremely different because for me, more than this being about gender-based violence, it's been about self-exploration, right? And while I think that's a brilliant idea and it's something that's really unique to Pratiti, it's not, to be very frank, what I had in mind when I joined, right? So like, that being said, it was a bit of a confusing moment for me because I had to consider whether I still want to stick with this, alright? But let me comment on the program in general. I think the program is very well devised. I think it inculcates a very wide, variety of people. So like, and I think what is trying to be established over here is fundamental, right? Because we are essentially talking about gender issues. So like, that's what I came in with, like this idea of studying more about gender, and like what I'm walking away with is studying more about myself. Which again, as I told you, is brilliant, but it wasn't what I had in mind, to be quite frank. As for my project, that's something I'm truly excited about. So I'm a college going, I'm a second year student, right? So what I've noticed in my university at least is that there's a lot of hostility when it comes to talking about LGBTQ issues, right? Because it's just something that you sweep under the rug and you pretend does not exist. So that being said, my group decided that we wanted to revive this thing called Queer Campus, which is essentially a platform for students, university. It's not just students, any university member. It can be faculty, it can be anyone, to come and speak about issues related to gender, issues pertaining to LGBTQ rights or LGBTQIA rights, because we're very broad with our terms. So that being said, my involvement in it is that I look after maintaining a safe space, right? So I'm a psychology student. This is something that's literally my job. So like, it's my job to make sure that information remains within the circle, that everyone feels safe in the space, and like ensuring that no one invades each other's privacy. Other than that, I also do the report writing and conduction, and like, it's a very open thing that we do, facilitation. So that's what we're doing, and I think it's going great so far, the project. Our first meet was, to be quite frank, a little disappointing because we didn't have as much turnout as we'd expected. And we've had 2 meets so far, and the second one was a roaring success, if I may say so myself, because we screened a movie and we had the director come and have a discussion with people, and we had more than 25 people show up. So yeah, it's shown me that there still are people who care about these issues, and I think that, along with Pratiti, has given me a lot of hope about this.